He was one of the modern greats, winning 6 Group 1s as a 3-year-old. In the Juddmonte International at York on the 18th of August 2009, Sea the Stars faced one of his biggest tests. In against him were 3 horses, all trained by Aidan O'Brien and headed by master craftsmen.
When you look back at what the horse did, Sea the Stars, you know, 6 Group 1s, and there's comparisons with Frankel and Baid, but you have to keep doing it. And the great thing about it was, I know how good Master Craftsman was, and I know how good he was on that day. Like Aidan had him
to the minute,
cherry ripe that day.
Well, we knew we had a chance. Like, obviously we saw what Sea the Stars had done, and we knew he wasn't going to be easy. And Mick obviously knew our setup very well, and there was nobody ever probably suited a horse better than Mick did Sea the Stars, because we met him in a lot of his big races, and we ran 2 and 3 horses against him, and Mick would have always known the way we were thinking and what we would do. And like, obviously we always liked to make the races even, because then the best horse will always come through and win.
So we'd stop in a pub on the way to Killarney races. Kevin Manning, might have been Declan McDonough, and definitely Pat Smullen, and we're all doing light, so we just went in and said, do you mind if we look at York races? So the lady turned on the TV and we sat there watching it, and it was fascinating viewing the way Mick played it, the way Ballydoyle played it, staying to the far rail, you know, not to open it up. Like nowadays in York, it's all about the middle, sometimes the standside rail, but Aidan's game plan was get him tight and make him work.
You know, it was one of those races, when I hit the front, you could feel the roar. And as Sea the Stars was coming, you could feel it again. And I sensed him coming, and I thought Mile had more, and he did give more, but he just got by me the last 150 yards. But it was one of those, that was a great race.
It's never hard to accept getting beat if it's a fair race and a strong run race and the best horse wins, and then you accept it and you know where to go after and go on from there. But when the pace is slow and if it got messy and you got beat, and you'd say, if this hadn't happened, or if this hadn't happened, it's hard to accept getting beat that way. So it was tough when Sea the Stars was around for us, because he beat us a lot. But we always did our best to beat him, and we tested him every day, and he just kept coming through. Really.
It took his best to get by us, but he was able to get by us, and that's the sign of a great champion.
Yeah, I suppose we always knew whatever we did was going to be difficult. He was a relaxed horse. He stayed well, and he had speed. So it was always going to be difficult. And like I say, Mick used to ride him, and Mick knew Johnny inside out, and Johnny knew Mick inside out, really. The two of them were like serious competitors for a long time. And I suppose the both of them were kind of, Johnny would have been absolutely at the height of his powers at the time, and Mick had all the wisdom from all the years gone by, and knew how to play it when he needed to play it, you know. So tactically looking at the two of them, it was super, really.
Not my greatest memory of York, but Master Craftsman was absolutely flying before York. We really fancied him, you know. We did. I really fancied him. We were after meeting Sea the Stars a couple of times in the Guineas, in the Derby, and we really fancied him that day. And we had 3 in the race, so it was 3 against 1. So I was there to Aidan, maybe we should follow him, Aidan, and get him into a battle, I said, you know, and really, you know, because our lad's going well. And he said, no, go in front of him. He says, you kill him today. He says, our lad is really flying. He says, you know, we'll have a good pace up. He said, I said, yeah, but I said, Mick won't engage in the battle. He won't engage in the battle early. I said, Anyway.
What happened?
He didn't engage in the battle. He just quickened by me the last 150 yards.
How good is Sea the Stars, Mick? The best I've ever ridden. And your man goes, Galileo, Azamur, no, this is the best I've ever ridden. That's pre-Eclipse, pre-Juddmonte. He was totally convinced by him, but it was from then, week to week, that improvement. And if he was kept in train as a 4-year-old, God knows what he would have done.
Still irk, or are you able to appreciate what a great racing moment that was?
What's that word you use, irk? It still irks.